What's up guys, it's Brian here. Today I'm bringing you another collection video. This is a little bit of a different one though. I received a question recently from a viewer, I forget who it was, asking me what is my rarest LEGO Star Wars figure. So I thought to myself, hey, that could be an interesting video to show off my top 10 rarest and most expensive LEGO Star Wars minifigures in my collection. Now you might notice that there's 12 here. I will get into that in just one second, but here they all are. I'm going to do a showcase. I'm going to do a showcase of each one individually. I'm going to do a countdown from 10 to 1, showing you each figure and how much it'll cost you on the secondary market these days, and where I ended up getting all of these figures. So without further ado, let's get into this interesting collection video. So in the introduction to this video, I did say there were 12 figures in here, even though this was a top 10. These are the two kind of like honorable mention figures in this list. This is an old version of Yoda and an old version of this Phase 2 Clone Trooper. Now, what makes these figures unique and what makes them to be very rare, they're not exactly expensive because these are actually magnet sets. This was before LEGO started doing, this was the first type of magnet set LEGO ever did. They actually put the magnet directly into the legs of the LEGO minifigures. And these guys came in a set with the Obi-Wan, but I lost the Obi-Wan magnet when I was younger. And while these figures won't set you back too much, this Kashyyyk Trooper magnet will go from between $7 and $25, and this Yoda will go between $5 and $20. There are only 7 listings of this magnet on Bricklink, and only 14 listings of this one on Bricklink. And the thing that made these interesting is that the leg brace piece from the torso are glued together. So that's why these were not exactly like desirable, I guess. But you can obviously take like the legs off of the brace, but the brace and the torso are completely glued together. So like I can't take the little legs off of Yoda either. They're glued together. But they're really interesting because they are completely magnetic. Like, they're just magnetic minifigures. So again, not too expensive, but very, very rare figures. It's very hard to come across these guys nowadays. So now getting into the actual top 10 of these minifigures in my rare minifigure collection. Number 10 on this list is the light-up version of Darth Vader. Another minifigure that's completely glued together. The legs do not come off. The torso does not separate. This arm, I guess you could probably rip it out, but there's wiring in there. And the hand has a little weird piece on there. But the stud on the end is detachable, if you can get it off. Yeah, there's the stud on the end, as well as the lightsaber hilt, the lightsaber blade itself. The head is not very stable. It rotates very, very easily because it is the button for the light up. You can kind of see it lighting up at the very tip. Still has a little bit of battery left in it. On Bricklink, this guy goes for between $10 and $30. So, and with various degrees of lighting up, because this figure is 15 years old, with this battery being 15 years old on side of him. So this is the number 10 rarest figure in my collection. Moving on to number 9, we have the white prototype Boba Fett from the 2014 Character Encyclopedia book. He has some really interesting designs. I love that they did a redesign of the white Boba Fett. The actual original white Boba Fett minifigure goes for hundreds and hundreds of dollars. I do not have that one in my collection. He has a regular clone face, not angry clone, just regular clone. But I love this printing on his helmet, as well as a little antenna, torso, into the legs. He does have a little bit of back printing, nothing too crazy, and he comes with a pistol. If you want to get this guy on Bricklink these days, he goes for between $13 and $30. So that is number 9 on this rarest minifigures list. Number 8 on this list is one of the most iconic Jedi of all time, Coleman Trebor, even though no one knows his name, the one that tries to go kill Count Dooku and then is shot by Jango Fett in Attack of the Clones. R.I.P. to this guy. However, this minifigure is, he was exclusive to the 2013 ATTE. Only time this head mold was ever used, as well as this torso print. Pretty common legs and a normal green lightsaber. However, this figure on Bricklink will set you back between $17 and $40. So he does go in that price range if you want to get this guy to add him as part of your collection. So I'm very happy I have this figure in my collection. I love this head print, this head design. It's very cool. So he is number 8 on this list. Moving on to number 7, we've got the Bespin Luke Skywalker from the 2018 Cloud City set. This was the first ever redesign of the Bespin Luke. The original Bespin Luke goes for a couple $100 on Bricklink from that original Cloud City set. But this was the first time they redesigned him in like 15 years. And this is the only figure in this collection video that I actually did buy separately. I think I got him on a deal for like 17 bucks. But on Bricklink nowadays, he goes for between 20 and 50. And he does have exclusive face print on the back with that little black eye I absolutely love this figure. He's a great addition to my Luke collection. I'm glad I bought him when I did, because I did not get the Cloud City set. I didn't really want it. I just really wanted this Luke figure. So I got him for a decent deal last year or 2 years ago for like 17 bucks. But now he's getting a little more expensive, so he's moved up on this list to number 7. Coming on up to number 6 is the original variant of Greedo from the 2004 Mos Eisley Cantina set. This is one of the most interesting LEGO figures that I own. Because, first of all, I've never seen this leg color, this like light blue print. It's like that, I don't even know how to describe it. It's an interesting color blue that is on his legs. And he does have, the thing that made him really exclusive is his arm print of that jacket. They print the tan printing onto a blue arm. Very interesting. This was also the very first time that they ever molded the Rodian head. They've reused this mold a couple times because it's a perfect mold. He has no back printing or anything like that, but if you want to get him nowadays, he goes for between $20 and $60. So he goes for quite a bit. There have been Greedos that have been made since then that are a little more accurate, but this guy's just such a classic. I love this figure, to be honest with you. Moving on up to number 5, we've got the Boba Fett from the 2015 UCS Slave 1. Now, originally this figure was completely exclusive to the Slave 1. Everything about him was exclusive. However, they did re-release this figure with a different face print in the Cloud City set from a couple years ago. The cool thing about this Boba Fett, he's the second Boba Fett to ever feature arm printing. And, let's see, over here, he's got that other printing underneath his arm. I don't feel like taking the whole cape off right now. He's got that nice bounty hunter printing under there. A little bit of back printing under there. And this is the exclusive part of this Boba Fett was his face, which is like, I would say, angrier clone face. So that, and his, of course, gorgeous helmet mold, as well as this cloth foot printing, the best Boba Fett LEGO's ever done, by far. And as far as getting him nowadays, he goes for between $30 and $55 on Bricklink. So that's why he's up there at number 5 on this rarest figure list. Coming up to number 4, we've got Grand Admiral Thrawn himself, the LEGO figure that none of us pretty much ever expected to be made. Until he came back in Rebels, no one really expected we'd ever get a LEGO Grand Admiral Thrawn, especially if you were into the novels from way back in the day. This figure goes for between $30 and $60 on Bricklink. He came in the Phantom 2 set, I believe it was called the Phantom 2, with Blind Kanan and Chopper. He's got a double-sided face. I love that blue face, and I love his dark blue hairpiece. It's a great color for this hairpiece. Little printing of his epaulets on his shoulder. A very simple figure, but my goodness, what an amazing addition to my Imperial Army. So he's up there at number 4. Coming on up to number 3, a figure that I, for some reason, when I got him, did not expect him to be as exclusive and hard to find as he is nowadays. The chrome-plated Stormtrooper. I got this guy when he was a promotional polybag back in 2010, I believe it was. I got him at Toys R Us. I bought a set and ended up just getting this guy for free, and I was like, oh, cool, a chrome Stormtrooper. Little did I know how rare he would become. He goes for between $30 and $70 these days. I don't even know how much he has sealed, probably even more than that. But he's just a chrome-plated old version of a Stormtrooper, just a black head underneath there. Very, very cool. And I should probably be keeping him in a display case somewhere, just because of how awesome this plating is. But it's great quality. None of it's like scraped off or anything. And I just love this figure. He's really, really cool. Alright, here we go. Numbers 2 and 1 on my list. You probably already know who number 1 is. Number 2 is Darth Raven, one of the most highly sought-after minifigures of all time. He was released as a promotional figure twice, and May the 4th, 2014, and then they re-released him for Force Friday 2016, which is when I was able to get him. And even though I've never played an extensive amount of Old Republic, I played it a little bit, but not a lot. I never got to the parts where Raven was actually in. This is such an amazing, amazing minifigure. Love that face print under there. I love how simple it is, and it gets the job done so well. Just all around. He has no back printing whatsoever. But there's his torso and leg printing. Cape, hood from the back. Just looks like an old menacing Sith Lord. And this guy will set you back if you want him. The lowest price I found on Bricklink was like $38, and he goes for upwards of around $80. So getting him is quite a hassle these days. So I'm very, very happy that I have him as part of my Sith collection. When I made this list, I did not expect this figure to be the number 1 most rare and most expensive figure in my collection for some reason. But it is Phase 2 Captain Rex. Maybe it's just a trending thing because Clone Wars is popular right now. Maybe he'll go down in price eventually, but This Captain Rex figure, I talked about him a couple weeks ago in my Throwback Thursday review. He goes for between $50 and $160 on Bricklink nowadays. He came in exactly one set, the Bark Speeder and Sidecar from 2013. And I picked it up just because I wanted the Rex and the Obi-Wan in that set. And I am so happy that I was able to get this Captain Rex figure. He's got a unique face print with the little beard stubble underneath that. The amazing helmet. I don't even care that there's no hole to put an antenna. The printing is incredible. Exclusive pauldron, exclusive torso and legs. His legs have like the little tally marks underneath there. I added these Clone Army custom weapons. They're like $1 a piece. Those are available. You can get those. The little dirt marks on his back, scuff marks. But yeah, when I was looking up the figures for this collection video, I didn't expect him to be the most expensive, most valuable figure on this list right now. But he is sitting up there at #1 on my list of the most rare and expensive LEGO minifigures in my collection. Alright guys, so thank you guys very much for watching this collection video. It went on for a little longer than I expected, but those were the rarest and most expensive LEGO minifigures in my collection. And I'm very happy to have this many figures that are like this. There are plenty of figures that I will never be able to get. I'm never going to be able to get every single LEGO Star Wars minifigure, obviously, because some of them go for way more than this. However, I thought this was kind of fun to make because I like seeing the figures that I was fortunate enough to get before they were way too expensive. So, thank you guys very much for watching this video. Leave me a big thumbs up if you enjoyed. Leave me a comment down below. What is your favorite LEGO Star Wars minifigure of all time? What's your favorite minifigure in your collection? I want to hear some of your answers down in the comment section below. And what's the minifigure that you most want? Just in LEGO Star Wars in general. I want to know those answers down in the comment section below. And be sure to go ahead and subscribe if you haven't. Thanks guys again for watching. This has been Brian from Watermelon Studios. Peace out, guys.